Before we get into today's chat, I want to share a little resource that we've just released. As you might know, in our checkout episodes, I ask our e-commerce guests, do you have a book or a podcast that you recommend our listeners get into? Well, I've taken all of those book recommendations, and there's over 100 of them, plus the stories that go behind them, and put them into their own book called The Book Recommendations of E-Commerce Experts. Yeah, I know, it's totally original. You will never, ever run out of reading ideas again. You can download that one now for free over on add-to-cart.com.au.
Welcome to The Checkout. We catch up with previous Add to Cart guests and ask them 5 quick questions to get to know them better and leave you with a little extra inspiration to get through your Friday. Here's your host, Bushy.
Today's checkout features Big Red Group CEO David Anderson. David and the Big Red Group are the largest experience marketplace in Australia and partner with over 3,000 experience providers through their brands RedBalloon, Adrenaline and Experience Oz. So far, they've facilitated over 5 billion experiences since 2017. David, welcome to the checkout. We have heard all about the amazing things that you're doing at Big Red Group, delivering one great experience every 18 seconds, on track for one experience every second. We're here to learn a little bit more about you. I've got 5 quick questions.
Cool.
Number 1, what's the weirdest thing that you've ever bought online?
I once bought a David Bowie Ziggy Stardust one-piece suit.
Impressive.
I guess that's probably for a fancy dress competition. I can imagine that. I can't think of anything else I've done that's been really out of pocket.
Did you win the competition?
It was excruciatingly tight and probably spent half the time in a jacket, to be honest with you. So
well done. You've got the accent for it, though.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right, number 2. Who is your favourite retailer?
Lululemon is the gentleman's sports retailer of choice, particularly like their shorts.
You can step in a boxing ring in Lululemon shorts?
I do from time to time, and if you don't like it, you can fight me for them.
All right. I'm not going to take you up on that. You can have your shorts. Number 3, which e-commerce practice do you wish was history?
It's not practice, it's behaviour. I wish that there was an end to competitive brand bidding. I spend a lot of time and money building brand in market, and nothing frustrates me more than come Christmas week, everybody else decides they're going to just bid on RedBalloon.
And are they the usual suspects every time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. She should remain nameless.
Yeah.
It's a very, I'm sure everybody else has seen the same thing.
How do you work that with, because you've got 3,000 partners who you represent their experiences, how do you do that balance for them in if they are considering going out and spending money on targeted search and you're in that market?
I'm super happy for them to go. So we under our MSA, our effectively our agreement that we have with our suppliers, we're very clear about we don't bid on their brands, they don't bid on ours.
Yeah.
It's a pretty, it's a gentleman's agreement you shouldn't have to write down anyway, but...
Yeah. Leave the brand alone.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Number 4, can you recommend a book or a podcast that our listeners should immediately get into?
Through the transformation work we've been doing recently, and given the level of invention that we're having to take on in parallel, I thought Team of Teams. I thought of Stanley McChrystal, I think. Mm-hmm. It's all about small groups having freedom to experiment, but being, but committed to sharing that for collective momentum or collective outcome. So Team of Teams, I thought was a really great book.
Cool.
And I've taken a lot out of it.
Is there anything that you changed straight away after reading it?
Yes, in as much as we want to try and seek a little bit more siloed behaviour as opposed to everyone touching everything.
Yeah, makes total sense, especially when you're the size of business that you are operating as well as transforming at the same time.
That's right.
All right, last one I have for you. Finish this sentence. The future of retail is?
About consumer relevance and trust.
Beautiful. And we talked a lot about that in our main episode, especially around the efforts that you're putting into understanding your customers and passing that information on to others.
Yeah. Well. And look, just to touch on that for a second more, there's obviously a paradox right now in terms of customers not wanting to share data but wanting a highly personalised experience. And so data is shared on the basis of trust, and that can change over time. How you invest in your brand to build that trust for the job that you're doing is really important. And we're really focused about making sure that we build brand trust around its job, not trying to be all things to all men. And then secondly, clearly the cost to acquire and of AdWords is not going down. I think, we've seen a double-digit increase in CAC through performance. And so building earned and owned audiences is incredibly important. So getting your subscriber proposition right so you can earn their trust and then you can have them as an owned audience that they want to hear from you. You're not going to sell them send them a sell EDM 5 times a week.
Yeah.
You're going to build out a content strategy about that whole piece and make sure you're serving up stuff that's relevant to them.
Yeah.
And then when they get to the site, that the personalized experience is actually relevant to them.
Yeah.
That is the future as far as we're concerned.
Beautiful. And you demonstrated that in our chat. And what I loved about our chat before was how you were able to say how the customer was different for Experience Oz versus Adrenaline versus RedBalloon. All totally different customers buying similar products, but very different journeys. And understanding that is key.
Thanks, Nathan.
Thanks, David. To hear more from David, jump back into episode 311, where David shares his vision for Big Red Group, including how he started the group with Naomi Simpson. We go into detail around what a $16 million transformation program looks like and understand how he's established a workplace, which now sits in the top 25% of engaged workplaces. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep adding to cart.